Hold on, it's here.
Hello and
Hello,
welcome to the New People Party. My name's Rich
and my name's Keith.
and we're the first ones to start it over here in the UK. Basically, we've got fed up with the way the government's being run, as many people have. We're both fathers of 3 kids each, and we talk to many people around our area who are absolutely fed up to the back teeth of the way they're being treated, with the massive divide that's going on here in Britain at the moment, the nanny state that it has become, the Big Brother state that it has become.
I'm afraid the nanny state's dying. It's Big Brother now.
It's more Big Brother now, yeah. Cameras popping up all over the place. Yeah, you're being told what to think, what to eat, where to smoke, where not to smoke. You know, it really has. It's just become a crazy situation here. We're being taxed to the hilt, and the latest thing that Gordon Brown has said is the magic word cut, and these cuts are already being seen. Keith's had a cut first hand at the moment, which he'll tell you about.
Yeah, I've gone back to college to get the necessary paperwork to restart a business, hopefully. And it's a plumbing course, nothing unusual, but you need all these extra bits of paper. And we're given this thing, because I'm about 17 miles from where I'm going to college, to try to get a bit of petrol, because it's very expensive. It's £1.06 a litre in England now, which is absolutely diabolical. And for boots, all the things you need as a student, books. Some of the books are £25 each alone. Of course, as I'm not actually in full-time employment at the moment, it's a bit difficult. So I was talking about this to Rick and different things, and we decided a few weeks ago to start the New People's Party, which is basically for the people, by the people. And we're not after money. Believe it or not, we're not wanting to get rich. One of our main things is we propose that if we have any MPs in Parliament, they will only get about 25,000 a year, thousand Great Britain pounds, to and travelling costs there and back, which more or less works out that if you not doing it for money, you must be doing it because you care about the country, and that's the idea.
That's it. That's it. I totally agree there. One thing that we do know is our existing MPs are on bottom line approximately 100,000 a year. That's Great British pounds. And when you're representing people and all the pomp and splendour that comes with it, all the little backhanders that come with it, I mean, they're on a fair old whack. But that's all coming out of taxpayers' money. Another thing that we've decided to say as one of our policies is to stop our troops going to war. That's one of our major policies. This is something we obviously put forward. But none of our policies are set in stone. That's where we differ from any other party. We're not here to dictate. You dictate to us. We are basically the mouthpieces. And believe me, we can talk. We are the mouthpieces for every common person in the country. I mean, we're just both at the moment. We're both unemployed. We've both got time on our hands. I have just got a job, which I'll be starting in the next few weeks. Doesn't mean that this is going to stop me doing this. But at the end of the day, we've got the website up and running, which you can find at thenewpeopleparty.tk. You can go there. Please sign up. Please back us up. Have a look at some of our policies. One of the policies we have said is that we would become a defensive rather than offensive country. That means we will close all borders. We will not venture off into other people's countries. We will not fight wars anywhere else. We will be a completely neutral country. Let's make Britain great again. Another policy that we're looking at is the NHS. The NHS has failed as it is now. I mean, if you look at what the NHS was like in the 50s and 60s and compare that to now, it's a complete shambles. And that is when they took out all the matrons of all of the hospitals that basically run the hospitals.
Tried to privatise it.
And yeah,
they brought in private cleaning companies, hence we had an absolute torrent of diseases happening because it wasn't being done properly. And it's taken quite a few years to make it so you can virtually go in hospital and not die of some other disease. There's a lot of things we want putting right. We've had the most awful government we've ever had. I'm in my 50s. I've never known one as bad as the one we've got. What a lot of people don't know in America is that Britain actually demonstrated in millions of people, demonstrated in London against going to war. We have no axe to grind with the Arabs. We have no axe to grind with Iraq or Afghanistan. We should bring all our troops back and stop them being killed for nothing and stop them killing innocent people and bring them back and use them as a defensive force. We are no longer an imperial power, which we never really were. All we were bully boys in the past. We want to change that. We want to be a nice country. I mean, it showed what people thought of us when they did the Eurovision Song Contest. We got nil points, which means no points. We were hated. And yet it's not the people that are for all these wars at all. It's a few people in London that do it, not the people of England.
I mean, another policy that we're looking at is the reform in schools. We want to give power back to the teachers again, so that the respect is brought back in, because let's face it, a lot of children that are leaving schools nowadays are practically illiterate. You know, they've all got attitude problems. Well, many have got attitude problems. People complaining about the kids on the streets. Well, you're lucky to see a policeman or policewoman on the beat anymore. You don't see it. They might get a quick drive-by in a car if you're lucky. But what happened to the old days when you could count on seeing them on the streets?
We used to have
it's not happening anymore.
Career policemen who cared about what they did. When I was a kid, you knew your local policeman. It'd cycle past every now and again. You did something wrong and it wasn't anything drastic. It'd give you a little clip round later or tell you off, and you wouldn't do it again because you respected them. You were brought up to respect them. But now we have police who we see on the televisions, on YouTube, everywhere. They're dressed in riot gear, they try to be anonymous, and they push a paper seller who isn't doing any harm, push him to the ground and kill him in full view of all the cameras. Therefore saying, we are the police, we can do what we want. Well, we don't want that sort of force in England. We want rid of it. We want people who care about what they do. We don't want all these plastic policemen, as we call them, part-timers. We want career policemen, the old type policemen that obviously there's more dangers now, but if it's society is brought up properly, we can go back to better times. We don't have to have people going around tasering people for nothing at all, or stopping motorists at everything because they're an easy option. Because that's what it is. If you're a motorist in this country, you are victimised. The only glimmer we had of anything that was nice was about 3 or 4 months ago. I had a trailer attached to my car, and a motorcycle cop stopped me, and he was the old type. He was a proper career policeman, I'd say, and he said, "Oh, have you got a number plate on your trailer?" I said, "Yes."